Yeah, dog. Welcome to Wreck to Riches. I'm Thomas G. Don't forget to smash the like button, drop a comment. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, for damn sure not a professional. Never allow an influencer to influence you when it comes to crypto. I'm trying to make this video as short and sweet as I can. When it comes to Titanx, I did a tweet earlier that I no longer make daily miners. No longer make a miner per day on all of my wallets. I make miners probably every few days, 3 to 4 days, more like it. And that is due to the fact that my strategy was to take my staking rewards during the stake payout cycle, take that Ethereum, and yeah, of course, do what I want with it. And what I wanted to do, and what a lot of people, I'm in the 1%er group for Titanx. It's a chat room that most of you don't know about. It's a bunch of people that own 1% or did own 1% of the staking pool. And what were we doing? Taking ETH, buying PulseX, and buying miners. Keeping Ethereum liquid to go into miners every single day, regardless of the difficulty, just to make a miner per day on a max level, max length, max power. You see, a lot of people did that strategy. And in crypto, you should take profits. You shouldn't put everything back into a system. It's not smart. It's not why a whale group like that are whales, because they put everything back into a system. Dragonx came out, and obviously they are here just in time for the big 90-day payout. They just had a big 28-day payout, and they're going to have a massive 90-day payout. But who paid for that? The early investors in Titanx. Short-term miners like myself. I sell some, and I throw it into the staking pool. Not anymore, because I can't compete with Dragonx. Well, ultimately, I can't compete with the Genesis wallet, who generously sent billions of Titanx to the Dragonx staking vault, or whatever contract it was, not swapping a one-to-one, sent directly to the contract. So minted no Dragonx, only sent Titanx for them to stake into the pool, to dilute our payouts at a very large scale. You see, when you're in staking pools, I was in PancakeSwap practically the first week that PancakeSwap was around. I was adding to that pool every week my earnings to keep up with dilution. You see, the staking payouts paid you in ETH. You'd be able to create miners, and you would be able to buy more Titanx off the market so that you can keep up with dilution. But you can't keep up when the Genesis whale added all that Titanx for Dragonx to soak up the percentage of the pool to dilute us. We got diluted and booted, and that's what happened. You see, now miners are not being made like they used to. There's like $50,000 in miners in the past 24 hours. I think it even went up close to $90,000. It's going to be a nice payout for Dragonx for this 90-day. But the next 8-day cycle, 28-day cycle, 90-day cycle, it's going to be chump change. And by the time the next 90-day cycle comes out, it ain't going to be what it was. Because those were the early investors that did short-term miners that put back into the system. Those were stakers who bought Titanx at much higher prices, believed in the system, and staked at max to get payouts. And we're playing the participation and understanding that the dilution happens, but we were competing and having to understand, in order to compete in a pool that dilutes, you have to go back into the system, or else you lose and you lose and you lose, and your price, the payout goes down and down and down unless you add to it. So dilution is normal. This is nothing new in DeFi. But have I ever seen a benevolent whale, call it what you want to call it, dilute a pool of this magnitude like that? Never. Dragonx now has the lion's share between the users who believed early, like myself and many others, has half to go into their token, 44.5% to go into buying and burning their token, 44% in buying and staking Titanx to gain even more control of that pool. You see, what they call this in Bitcoin is centralized mining. Bitcoin suffers from centralized mining. Most of the mining hash is in one area, in one part of the world. This has become a centralized staking pool, soon to be controlled by Dragonx, complements of the Genesis wallet. The users who participated and bought all that Titanx at higher prices to stake are suffering. And people go, well, more Titanx was coming out into the market, you would have been diluted anyways. Not at this magnitude. And you got to imagine most of it was probably going to be sold with these prices. And guess what? At these prices, guess who buys that with their ETH payouts? The users who participated to get the miners. What paid the staking pools? Making miners. Who made the short-term miners and the long-term miners? A lot of the whales, a lot of players. Who fed it back into buying more miners? People like me. Who fed it back into the staking pool? People like me. Just because 100% of it didn't go back in, didn't mean it wasn't healthy. What isn't healthy is what I see now. And that is no miners being made, because no miners are being made, or no money is being made from the staking payouts like they were before. The cycle has been broken. The cycle has been broken. You see, it's a direct reflection of what I said happens in DeFi. Give in one hand and take with the other. People think just because Dragonx is deflationary that it's going to go up. It doesn't work like that. What will happen is if Titanx price continues to go down, after this big payout, it's going to be chewing up all of its Ethereum that it got paid out from our hard work and our money to not only put 44.5% to buy and burn their own token, but 44.5% to buy and stake Titanx, which is good. But 8% is going to the developers. Our money. They slid right in and got that percentage. Good for them. Good for them. But miners are slowing down. And what feeds the ecosystem? Miners. And I'm not going to buy more miners to keep feeding the system that took from me. The Genesis wallet may have thought it was doing something big, but Jake did not learn from Jack 11. Jack 11 did the same mistake. He jumped on every platform that came out to buy and burn Zen. He posted, marketed, campaigned, you name it. Was posting DXN rewards and Ethereum and everything. Now he talks about none of them. He focuses on X1. Because he learned that his users got burned on all of them, regardless of his support, regardless of this and that, because they're all DeFi games. They're pools. People get diluted. People lose. And ultimately, in the end, if you kill your user base, then the community becomes deflationary for both Dragonx and Titanx. And once the community becomes deflationary, that's really bad overall. Then the hand that feeds you, which are the people that created the miners, you're biting that hand. And it's a sad story that I've seen happen over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So what do you do to fix this? I have no idea. What can be done from here? Stay tuned. I have no idea. What do you do from here? Change your strategy. You're going to be diluted, so now Shogun comes out and everyone's going to be excited because now you can do something with your stakes. But people like me, it's my way to get out. Get whatever money I can get from Shogun and get out of my stakes. Because the stakes turn into a mistake. Especially if you staked late. And a lot of people that planned on using those ETH payouts to keep up with dilution, it's impossible. After the Genesis wallet donated billions of Titanx for a centralized staking strategic platform like Dragonx, who has been going around Twitter saying Dragonx will outperform Titanx. How could you say that? That's not humble, but I know how you can say that with the hundreds of ETH you have gotten from the work of others, from people like me who believed in the ecosystem early on, who bought the miners that fed the staking pools, ultimately you slid in before day 28 and day 90 miraculously, and now you have in your possession. And now economic energy splits between 2 tokens and a dev fee. Till next time, we'll see what happens. Can only hope for the best. Yeah, dog.